Appartiene.
Lovely, okay. Which is where we get the verb to belong to, which is to hold apart, appartenir, all linked together one word. Ça appartient à Ginny, that belongs to Ginny. Okay? Or we can just say it's Ginny, c'est à Ginny, or c'est la table de Ginny. Okay? But the point is, any other time in French you use the word part, partie, yeah, P-A-R-T-I-E. Say it's my favourite part.
C'est mon part.
C'est ma partie.
Partie.
Preferred.
Préférée.
Lovely. Partie, then P-A-R-T-I-E. The only time.
So that means part.
That means part. Yeah. Oh, this is the best part. C'est la meilleure partie. The word part does not mean part in this sense. Okay. So partie is used loads more. Okay. Now, parti, P-A-R-T-I, when it is masculine, it means political party. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, le parti Nazi, the Nazi party, for example. Okay. Not my favourite party, but obviously, you know, like, yeah. Okay, so the point is, party. So say for me, my favourite part again, if it's feminine.
C'est ma partie
préférée.
préférée.
Now, one thing you can do at your level now, anybody upper intermediate needs to do this, is sometimes, and this is a really good trick, quelquefois, si tu as du mal à te souvenir du genre du mot, if you have difficulty remembering the gender of a word, au lieu de faire un, ou au lieu de faire le, la, essaye de trouver une forme plus facile. Par exemple, say for me, the bread.
Le pain.
You know it's le pain. You just know le pain, okay?
Yeah.
Say for me, my bread.
Ma pain.
Now, you've just told me quite successfully it's le pain.
Oh, and I said mon.
There you go. So, do you acknowledge that some of them you're more comfortable with than others?
Yeah.
Everybody has a favourite. So if you were writing that in an essay and you thought, firstly, pain, is it a soft or a hard word? Soft. So the general guess word is obviously it's going to be feminine. It's going to be masculine. Sorry. But the fact is, if you're not sure, okay, say for me some bread.
Du pain.
There you go. So if you're not sure of something, just think, right, I don't know it from A, I might know it from the. I might know it from some.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense?
Yeah.
From more vocabulary, you'll have a favourite. You might not know the castle, but you might not know my castle, but you might know un château. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So find one you know. It's a very good example.
Yeah.
Right, next one then.
Okay.
We are moving into reflexive verbs with on. Okay? So, what is the basic use of the word on? We are going to divide it into two, and I mean en. We are going to divide it into two categories. We are going to say it can be two things. I want you to use it just in these two things, and it'll either be one or the other as far as you're concerned. It'll make life really easy. The first one is when you are saying the word some as a replacement. So, for example, it doesn't have anything to do with de necessarily. So say for me, I see some children. Je
vois.
Je vois, V-O-I-S, yeah, vois some children.
Des enfants.
Lovely. I could have gone with a few children, quelques enfants, which would have the S on the end, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Notice when you speak you can spell quelques enfants, so you know it's going to be quelque because it's a plural thing, Q-E-L-Q, Q-U-E-L-Q-U-E. Putain, je peux pas. J'ai besoin de l'écrire. Quelque, thank you, okay. The point is, quelques enfants, because you can hear that, okay, like plusieurs enfants, you remember, oh, there's an S. Plusieurs enfants, you're linking the word plusieurs and enfant. Several. Say several.
Several. I didn't know what plusieurs meant.
Oh, several, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so say plusieurs.
Plusieurs.
Say several times, plusieurs fois.
Plusieurs fois.
Say several bottles, plusieurs bouteilles.
Plusieurs bouteilles.
Say several friends, plusieurs amis.
Plusieurs amis.
So when you came to write, you'd know P-L-U-S-I-E-U-R-S. The spelling will be dictated by the pronunciation, okay? So the point is, if you had en for some, it's when you don't say the word. So some children will be des enfants. How would you say I see some? I see some.
J'en
Perfect. Verb?
vois.
Great. So that case, J apostrophe E-N. So this is just when you're using the word some. Now, that's fine. The next category is when you use... Actually, let's say there's 3 categories. So there's that category. The next category is when you use en with a reflexive verb because you've got rid of what came after de. So, for example, say for me, you know this already, say for me, I need the table. I need the tables.
J'ai
Besoin.
besoin
Lovely. Of the tables. Of the plural tables?
Des
Table. Great.
tables.
So have you got a de in that sentence?
Yes.
And have you got something that comes after it?
Yes.
Cut them both off, throw them in the bin. When you cut de off and what comes next, what do you swap it for? En. So say for me, I need of it. I have need of some, I have need of it. What's the expression?
J'en
J'en
ai besoin.
Great.
Besoin.
So you use this en to replace stuff anyway. Say for me, I look after the girl. The verb in question is s'occuper. It's s'occuper. So give me I look after,
Je m'occupe
Lovely. De. So s'occuper is always s'occuper de. Give me I look after the girl. Je m'occupe
Je m'occupe.
de the girl.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because that's reflexive. Because it's reflexive. If you say je m'occupe,
So
I
your
look
mind-
after myself.
So your brain is going, right, up until this point, Luke, right, reflexive, I've either gone, right, I'm going to do some shit to you, I'm going to do some shit to him, or I'm going to do some shit to me. And basically, what you are now saying in French, annoyingly for the English-speaking brain, is I am going to occupy myself with
someone
looking
else.
after this other thing.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got both a reflexive pronoun in it and basically an indirect one. Directly, you are still looking after yourself. Because you're not saying je m'occupe elle. It's not direct, is it? Je m'occupe d'elle, of her. It's indirect, okay? So I occupy myself, so je m'occupe
Je m'occupe
of the girl.
la fille.
Good. Je m'occupe. Now, I looked after. Pause. Let's just forget de la fille. That's still going to be there. This is a reflexive verb. Je m'occupe. If I wanted just with one quick change to say I was looking after, Ginny, what's the sound I need on the end of a verb? So you've got je m'occupe. One little addition. How I'm going to make it? I was looking after. Je
Je m'occupe.
Lovely. Je m'occupais. Perfect.
Je m'occupais.
You don't have to do je me suis or any of that stuff unless you're in the action past. Now then. Now say action, I looked after. So your verb is s'occuper. So what kind of verb is it if it's s'occuper?
Reflexive.
And I looked after is in action. So when I've got reflexive and past, what do I
Je
use?
me suis.
So give me I looked after.
Je me suis occupé.
Great. At your level, je me suis occupé.
Je me suis occupé.
Now, de la fille on the
Je
end.
me suis occupé.
Je m'occuperai, I will look after, whatever, okay, fine. Je vais m'occuper, whatever's happening, je vais m'occuper, first verb, second verb. Now, let's say we wanted to shove on in all of those. How would you say, so if I've got je me suis occupé,
Je m'en
suis occupé, good. If I've got je m'occupe, how do I put the on in there?
Je m'en
Occupe. Lovely, okay. Je vais m'occuper de la fille. You're going to remember, je vais m'occuper de la... without the de la fille, exactly. So the mon will go there. So that is example 2. When you put the en after the reflexive, and you get why there's a reflexive, but also someone else. Also, more commonly, are expressions now, not more commonly, equally commonly, are expressions where you just always have a se, me, te, and you always have an en. For example, the expression je m'en vais. Have you ever heard je m'en vais?
Yeah.
It means I'm off out of here. Synonyms in French are je me casse, I break myself, right, I'm off, je me casse. So off I went, je me suis cassé, yeah? Synonyms are foutre le camp, like to do the camp, do one, bugger off. But otherwise, so the point is, the verb is s'en aller. So when you looked at the infinitive of to look after, you would read s'occuper de. So you go, oh, okay, so it needs something afterwards. If you looked at the infinitive of to get out of here, you would read s'en occuper. The infinitive would contain the on. The on will always be part of the combo. Okay? So, what's the great joy about when you've got the on in places? It's not going to go anywhere. It's always going to be like mon, ton, son, nous en, vous en, son. So if you read the verb, if I gave you the verb manger, how would I say he eats?
Il mange.
Great. If I gave you the verb se laver, how would I say he washes?
Il se lave.
So we've just taken the A off. Good, we've just taken the A off. If I gave you the verb son, if I gave you the s'envoler, which is to fly away, s'envoler, what's the core going to be of volley? What's the core of volley? Lovely, so give me he flies away. So the verb was son, himself from there flies. So how would you say he himself?
Il
Vol.
s'envole.
That's it, il s'envole, to fly away. No, that one's easy. Je m'envole, tu t'envoles, il s'envole, nous nous envolons, on s'envole, etc. The one you're going to hear the most is I'm off out of here. So in French you can't say je vais and finish it off. You have to say j'y vais or je m'en vais. You can't just say I'm going, right, I'm going. You can't do that.
As in Y.
Pass bottom, J apostrophe Y. Okay.
G.
So if I gave you,
there, what?
so I there go basically.
I there go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you say if you had the verb s'en aller.
S'en aller.
So remember the law with an infinitive. You have to respect every bit in it. In s'en aller, you've got to respect the se, maybe convert it, le, te, who knows. You've got to keep the en, and you've got to do something with aller. We're comfortable doing stuff with aller. Je vais, tu vas, il va. So what am I going to come up with if I've got s'en aller and I need to make it work for me in the present tense? Je
m'en va.
Je m'en. So give me I go. Good. So notice, what did your brain struggle with? Say I go. Don't even think say I go. Je
vais.
There you go. Is your brain... Now say I go there.
J'y vais.
There you go. Now that was a little bit hesitant because you've split up your lovely pattern that your mouth knows. Now you're putting in another word in the middle. Say je m'en vais.
Je m'en vais.
Lovely accent. Je m'en vais. So that means I'm off. Now, give me another one. I'm serving myself. So here you go. You have multiple decisions to make, but you know the pattern for all of them. There is no decision you don't know how to handle. If I gave you the verb, which is servir,
Servir.
is it an A verb or a soft hard verb?
It's a soft hard.
Good. And if I was serving, if it was I serve the wine, how would you say that?
Je sers.
Je sers le vin. Lovely, okay.
Je sers.
If it was I serve myself, je me
sers.
Lovely, okay. The verb is servir. What's the past word of servir? Servir. Yeah, because it's ir, yeah. How do you say I serve?
Finir, fini.
No. The only ones that don't do ir are venir or anything with unir, which will go to unu, so tenir, tenu, or if it's rire, we'll go to air, like ouvrir, ouvert. So how do you say I served myself? Action past?
Je me suis servi.
Good. So you don't even need to think about the verb until you get there. If the verb was s'en servir, to help yourself to it, s'en servir, how would you put that in the past? Je
m'en suis servi.
Great. Okay.
Je m'en suis servi.
So sometimes you're going to have to get used to these combo things. Good.
Yeah.
So translate for me. One more. To realise. Now you've got that in there, but what is the infinitive? Always go to the infinitive. Se rendre compte. So, do we get rid of the se? No, we just put it in the right person. Do we get rid of the rendre? No, we just put it in the right person. Yeah. So when we're in the present, what are we doing with rendre? Rend or rende, depends if it's soft or hard, whatever. Rendons. When we go in the was, rende, no problem there. What's the word at the end we are never going to change?
Compte.
One more time.
Compte.
And you pronounce that correctly, okay? So, I realise present tense.
Je me rendu compte.
No.
Rond.
Pause.
I.
Verb is rendre, type of verb.
Oh, rendu, no.
No. All the French... And again, final answer.
Rond. Compte.
All the French you've come out with is correct, it's just not the right tense. Going back to rendre, type of verb, A or soft hard?
Soft hard.
And if it's je, is it going to be single soft or plural hard?
Single soft.
So what's the...
Rond.
Why are you closing?
I don't know.
Say vendre.
Vendre.
Give me I sell.
Je vends.
There you go, there's no...
Je vends.
Thank you, give me I render.
Je rend.
Okay, now, while we're there, R-E-N-D-S. Yeah, okay,
yes, okay.
Like prendre, P-R-E-N-D.
It just feels too short.
It does feel, okay, now why does it feel too short? Because the pronunciation has gone a bit shorty.
Yeah.
Okay, so je rends.
Yeah, je rends.
Now you think that sounds so French to you. Now you think that sounds short. Listen to the following words in English which don't have a consonant on the end. Hi. We can still say that. Oi, you. No consonant on the end. Why? Yeah, there's no consonant on the end of that, but we can make them. Give me ra. Okay,